evening, everybody. I am so excited and delighted to be bringing you this amazing conversation and topic this beautiful Friday snowy night. If you're not somewhere snowy in the world this afternoon, there are these beautiful, huge flakes of falling snow. So I hope to send all my snow globe beauty your way and help you guys out with some awesome workout techniques. These are going to cover off the eating side of working out, which is where you're going to see massive transformation in your body. And if you have ever worked out really hard for any amount of time, then you may know that if you didn't have the eating piece in place, it can get very demotivating after a while, because it is the eating that's going to make a difference to your body. So it's awesome to get out and do workouts. There are so many benefits that move from mind to body, and certainly helping you feel really great. But if you don't have the food stuff in place, then after a while you can be like, where are the results going? Because I'm not seeing any change. And I can totally relate to that. I have been there too. And then I started doing a whole bunch of, garbage diets and weird fasting things at different points in my life, and those fell short too. So tonight I am here to help you actually start to see awesome results that you can rely on, that you can expect, that you can look forward to, so that you continue to be motivated to work out. And as a first kind of point, I just want to reaffirm that it is okay to want results and to have that be a prime motivator for you. If that is something that you're actually going for, then of course seeing results is going to be super motivating. So I just didn't want anybody to feel like, oh, well, I'm trying to get into this routine and not focus so much on the results or anything like that. Yes, you can notice massive results, and yes, they can absolutely speed up your motivation to continue. So I'm just going to take a second here. I don't even think I introduced myself, so hopefully you guys know I have been popping on live more often lately, but if you don't, I am Nathalie Norris. I am the holistic nutritionist here at Glow Nutritional Consulting, and I help women feel fantastic through different coaching packages that we do online together, that are very much one-on-one and personalized to each person. So some people may need help with their stress levels, some people may need help with their energy levels, some people may need help just in general to feel their best. Some people may need food accountability support, and I do all of that through Glow Nutritional Consulting. So I'm just going to take a quick second here, wait for people to load on. If you are around this Friday, I so hope you'll join me. The energy in these is fantastic when there are other people on these kinds of calls, and I've got some really awesome stuff planned for you. So I'm just going to take a second and share this into my beautiful group, the Glow Doers, which if you have not joined yet, you are more than welcome to join. You can just search us up on Facebook and jump right in with me. That is often where I will get kind of inspiration to do these kind of Facebook Lives. Sometimes I'll throw out votes, like this one came from a vote inside that group, as for what people most wanted. So I'm just going to take a quick second, share this in, and then shut down my laptop so that we can hang out together and be fully present. So let's get you transforming your body and feeling great and walking out of a workout feeling like Superwoman and feeling so strong and feeling like you can tell that your body is changing and all of that kind of good stuff. So I just wanted to start with a few common mistakes I see, or different blog posts that I had heard about that are kind of detrimental to your body, or just kind of 3 big red flags that I wanted to point out so that to just avoid that information and get results a different way. So number 1 that is a mistake I see is not eating before working out. I remember when I was looking to lose weight back in the day, reading that if you skipped breakfast and went straight for a run, it would somehow boost your metabolism. And this is a trick that I really don't recommend. It can be hard on your body, and you can get so much more out of your workout, which means that the entire time through your workout, you are going to feel strong and empowered instead of drained and demotivated and feeling like you failed the whole time that you were out. If you actually fuel your workouts. So mistake number one that I wanted to talk about first is do not skip meals before working out. Mistake number two that I see very frequently is not eating after you work out, or not eating the right foods or nutrients after you've worked out. So I'm going to discuss what the right ones are, how to get them in, all that good stuff a little bit later. But point number two that I wanted to make tonight as a mistake that I frequently see is not eating after your workouts. You gotta throw great fuel back in if you want to sustainably feel good after your workout. So that is so, so important. Mistake number three that I see is calorie restricting too heavily. Especially like during a time that you're working out. And this is a really, really big one that you can get into with the new year. And if you've got any big resolutions or big dreams or big goals or aspirations, whatever you may be calling them, if you've kind of thought, you know, I'd really like to make some changes this year, then it can be really easy to get sucked into this kind of calorie counting mentality and try to bring yourself way too low to sustain any kind of workout. So the reason that these three mistakes are so detrimental to your workout routine is because they are going to zap your energy. And what that means is that the next time you go work out, it's going to be a crappy workout. You're not going to feel very good. You're not going to get, you know, that real happiness or pride or any of those kind of strong, bright emotions. You're going to instead feel like I can't keep up. You might feel out of breath. You're going to feel exhausted. You're going to feel drained. You're going to feel like, wow, like why can't I get it together? And this is something that I see time and time again where clients will come in and they'll be like, I'm just lazy. I just can't get it together. I'm no good. Like I try and motivate myself and I'm not very motivated. And 10 times out of 10, 100% of the time, that is not the real issue. It's that they didn't know how to fuel their bodies for the workouts they were going to be doing so that they actually felt awesome and motivated and energized throughout those workouts, carrying on after the day of them working out, during the workout, all of that good stuff. So what happens when you restrict before or after, or when you restrict the entire way through starting a new workout routine, is that you really damage your energy levels. And as soon as your energy levels are zapped, you're not going to feel like working out because you're going to intuitively know that if you go to the gym or if you rock a DVD at home or if you, however you're getting your workouts, that you're going to feel awful after. And that is the single fastest way to demotivate yourself. And then instead of actually recognizing that it was food causing the issue, you'll make up all of these nasty mind stories about why you couldn't get your butt in gear or anything else like that. That is just simply not true. It's just misinformation. You just don't know how to fuel. So on that note, let's jump into exactly how you can fuel your body. So I wanted to leave you guys with kind of like an affirmation in this moment so that you can kind of carry it through and start to change your mindset around workouts, which is I will fuel my body for my workouts and for my life. And this is something that is so beneficial when I get to work one-on-one with somebody, because I get to see the personalized mistakes that they're making and make sure that they're fueling up for not only their workout level, but also for their stress levels, what they're going through in their life. If they're outputting any calories to anybody else, like for example, if they're nursing or if they are pregnant, all of that kind of stuff is just massive, and it's something that the food guide doesn't take into account necessarily when you kind of look over it, and it's like a one-size-fits-all program. And In my opinion, one size fits none, especially with food. Usually with like clothes and hats and stuff too, it just doesn't really fit anybody great, but the same is definitely true for diets, food, all of that kind of stuff. So I will fuel my body for my workouts and for my life. And one of the craziest things is that if you are at an elevated stress level, if you're going through a lot right now, if you're stressed out, if you're going through a big period or transition period in your life, you're going to burn up more fuel and you're going to require more fuel. And I want you to keep in mind that food is fuel. If you want to feel awesome, you've got to change how you're eating. If you want to feel energized, you've got to change how you're eating. If you want to feel happy, you've got to change how you're eating. So food is your fuel. That's why I freaking love it. That's why it is so amazing, because as soon as you start to get in the nutrients that you need, your body's gonna freaking run with them. It's gonna just get like so revved up and you're gonna feel so much better, and it's just gonna be absolutely amazing. So I could not be more excited for that for you. So before a workout, so I'm gonna cut this section into 3 mini sections. So that you have some clarity around what to do before your workouts, what to do during your workouts, and what to do after your workouts. Now, Facebook Live's being a little funny, so I'm getting kind of like notifications that people are in and then not in and then in and then not in. So let me know if you are here and if you are clear. But one of the things that I wanted to ask, if you can take a second, if you are here with me now or even during the replay, is what do you think the most important nutrient is to focus on while you are working out? What do you think the most important nutrient is when you are working out? And most people, I hope you've hit send by now on whatever you think, but most people tend to think that workout and protein go hand in hand. And there's this mass push for making sure you're getting enough protein, and then adding protein powder, and then adding protein bars, and then like, oh my god, you might still be low on protein, and then getting in your chocolate milk and getting in other garbage after your workouts. And I just want to lay a total false on that. Depending on your workout, it is just such a myth, So absolutely, it's important to get protein in. We're going to talk about that. But the most important nutrient or critical nutrient that I will look at in a client's diet diary is actually carbohydrates and the sources of those. So where you're getting them from is equally as important, if not more important, than if you're actually getting them, and how many you're getting. So we're going to talk about carbs. So before a workout, this can be during the day of your workout. This can be right kind of like within an hour or two before your workout. Focus on getting a complex carb meal in. So that means that you're going to get in carbs that will break down slowly, that will provide slow fuel to actually sustain and improve your endurance while you're working out. You're going to notice such a massive difference from this single thing alone. It's going to be amazing. You're going to feel so much stronger in your workouts. You're going to come out feeling like you really rocked them, and all of that good stuff that I absolutely want for you. So before a workout, focus on complex carbs. So what does that include? What does that look like food-wise? That looks like quinoa would be awesome, brown rice would be awesome, any kind of bean would be fantastic, whether you're looking at hummus already kind of blended up as a bean, or white beans, or you could have like a minestrone-based soup that has a lot of beans in it. What else would be complex carbs for you guys? Those are some really good examples to run with. So if you need any help with recipes for those, then let me know in the comments, even if it's after the video, and I will get back to you with a cool few recipes that you can use before your workouts. So before your workout, you want to make sure that you're nailing in complex carbs. That's going to be something that is going to fuel you up. You're going to feel such a difference. Oh my gosh, do it. Number 2 is during a workout, what do you need? I wanted to cover this too instead of just before and after, because I do see a lot of people reach for either things like Gatorade or vitamin waters or BioSteel type of things, or a whole bunch of stuff like that. And it's really not necessary if your workouts are under an hour. So this is completely different if you're like a pro endurance, like going like 5 or 6 hours. Obviously you're gonna need fuel. But one of the best things you can do for your body is just make sure you're hella hydrated with just water. Just keeping in water during your workouts is gonna help you out so much. Not only that, but you will, if you stay away from Gatorade, you'll be kicking out something called brominated vegetable oil, which has a thyroid suppressing activity, which means that you're going to knock your metabolism down, your ability to lose weight, your ability to kind of like fire up that fat burning engine, if you're kind of including those with your workouts, which is really counterintuitive to what you're actually hoping to achieve most times. So make sure that you are fueling up with water during your workouts. So we've covered before, we've covered during, we've covered some mistakes to make. Now we are going to cover afterwards. Now, before I get into this, I just want to let you know, if you have questions, if you're here live with me, now is a great time to throw them in. If you are watching the replay of this, throw your questions in and I will get back to you, or I will create another live video to be able to help you out even further. So after a workout, what are the main nutrients that you want to get in? This is always a funny one for clients, especially if we've been working on eliminating sugar or doing some kind of a cleanse to eliminate their cravings for sugar, and then they're just simply bypassing it now. So this is always a funny one because the first set of kind of trainings or working with me is usually about reducing most sugar that's going into your diet and instead fueling yourself up with complex carbs so that your energy levels are more stable, so that you're feeling better, and so that you're able to actually walk past those kind of refined carbs without totally caving for them or craving them and all of that kind of good stuff. So what's always funny is that then as soon as somebody's feeling great enough that they actually start a workout plan, we kind of take back a little bit of that training to give room for sweets after your workout. So this is something that is really incredible, because if you find that you will go for a workout and you generally feel really good, and then you go for a second workout and you just like cannot get your feet off the ground, if you're like super laggy, super unmotivated, you just feel like you don't have it in you that day, what frequently is the problem is that you did not refuel your carbohydrate stores immediately after your last workout, which means that the sugar stores in your muscles, your glycogen stores, are not filled up, which means you can't run off of them. And so that's going to give you an awful workout, because it's really energy intensive for your body to try and switch fat back into carbs while you're also exerting effort. It does happen later on, but the first system that it'll go to is that muscle sugar stores. So after your workout, you really want to punch in something with simple carbs. So this can be a fun one. I still don't recommend, throwing back like most store-bought kind of refined goods, but this can be a great time for homemade cookies or some kind of a juice. Ideally, if you can do like a cold pressed like fruit juice or fruit and veggie juice, that would be absolutely fantastic, and you definitely notice results very quickly from that. But right after your workout, what's really cool is if you're doing endurance training, so if you're doing kind of like cardio stuff or running stuff or that kind of thing, then you can actually fuel yourself back up, and your body has an increased ability to make use of those carbs within about 45 minutes from your workout. So the first thing that you want to do is give your body easy to break down carbs that don't have a lot of fat or fiber or protein that will actually slow down the absorption of them. You want to get them into the bloodstream, bam, into the muscles, and then you will have recovered that sugar store system so that your next workout is really feisty, really powerful, you feel really good, you feel like you can actually keep up, And if you follow the next set of tips, then you'll also feel like you've actually improved. So that is something to keep in mind. So juice is a great one. Homemade cookies is a good one. A cold pressed juice made with fruits would be absolutely fantastic. If you throw ginger or turmeric in there, that would be a triple bonus for your body, because those things would help to reduce inflammation, so that you recover faster. So those things are all absolutely fantastic. So get your quick sugar in within 45 minutes after your workout. So that is something that most people skip, or most people try and do kind of like a low carb or just like a super high protein right after a workout. And they really skip that amazing ability and opportunity that your body has given you to actually refuel very, very quickly. So I wanted to give that to you. And then after a workout, after you've done that refuel, and then you're kind of looking for your first meal after a workout, I always like for my meals to include a few different things. So number one, absolutely, this is the time to get in protein. Get it in. I've got some options for you in a second, but I'm going to go through what else I really love to see in a great post-workout meal. So flax oil is something else that I absolutely love to see in a post-workout meal, because it will also help to reduce inflammation in a very powerful way. Minerals and electrolytes, so using some kind of a natural salt and having some kind of green vegetable is absolutely amazing. The green vegetable will help lower your raise your pH. They are very alkaline, which means that will reduce inflammation even further. And the natural salt, and by that I mean either a gray sea salt or a Himalayan pink salt, both fantastic options. What's amazing about those is that they tend to contain sodium, just like kind of table salt would, but naturally occurring sodium that also comes combined with about 70 other minerals and trace elements, which is absolutely astounding, absolutely fantastic. I used to use Celtic salt all the time. I used to use a brand called Maison Orphée for my dark gray sea salt, and then I have recently made the switch to Himalayan pink salt, just because I got some and I absolutely adored that. So feel free to kind of cook with that, include it in what you're doing, and that will help to get some minerals and electrolytes back into you, because that is important too. So that is post-workout. And lastly, superfoods to nutrient load and reduce inflammation after your workouts can be just amazing, just can be so, so powerful. So by that, I mean things like kind of ginger and turmeric, which more fall into like cooking herbs or culinary herbs more than superfoods exactly. But also any of the superfoods that I mention in my free handout called 7 Superfoods for Energy will be absolutely astounding for your body. Some of those reduce inflammation, some of those boost your energy levels, which is great after a workout so that you don't feel depleted. Some of those are full of iron and B vitamins to help kind of uplift you, and especially if you are a female working out, keeping your iron levels up is really important, because not only are those tied to your energy levels massively and your like exhaustion levels if you don't have enough, but they're also really tied to your ability to work out, your ability to keep up your workouts, and females, because of blood loss each month, are also at a higher risk for low iron stores. And when you work out, we don't exactly know the reason why. Some theories are that you'll actually break red blood cells underneath your foot if you're doing kind of like impact exercise. So that's one of the kind of best theories that I've seen. Or others will kind of revolve around you're actually making more blood cells to keep up with the new level that you're telling your body you're getting into of exercise. So those are a few reasons why you'd have increased iron needs, because your body's now acting in a different way with your workouts that either requires more blood or more kind of blood fixing if there has been issues. So both of those are really, really helpful, and you can get my free handout on my website at glownc.ca. So just let me know if you would like me to link it. I can absolutely link it for you in the comments directly, but otherwise if you just scroll down slightly, you will see 7 superfoods for energy. You can click there and sign up and get that delivered straight to your email. It's an amazing PDF. I have been freaking adoring people's comments and questions coming to me. They've been so beautiful about how great they're feeling, how excited they are to launch into superfoods for energy. I had a question about if they could compound different superfoods. The answer was yes. For most people, that's totally fine. If you want that information, you can scroll down on my page here. But yeah, and then get in touch, let me know, introduce yourself over Facebook, because then I get a visual as to who you are. Yeah, it's a fantastic handout. So that covers off superfoods, which can be so impactful after your workouts so that you do not burn out your adrenal, your stress glands, or your stress capabilities, so that you keep your thyroid gland fueled, so that your metabolism's running on high, so that weight loss is easy, so that you keep your sex hormones in check, so that you're not gaining kind of layers of fat in different areas. Just absolutely stellar, so fantastic. So a couple of meal options, just so you had like a visual of how I will get this in, or how I'll focus for most of these nutrients, because there is a couple of different goals in your kind of first meal after a workout, is making some kind of a smoothie with a protein powder and with a green, which my go-to tends to be baby spinach, organic of course. And then option number 2 is this amazing marinated lentils recipe that I absolutely love from Angela Liddon over at Oh She Glows. She's absolutely fantastic. Her recipes are the bomb. Every single one has been extraordinary. Absolutely love her. So that is another favorite after a workout. Lentil patties, which I've shared before, but if you want the link again, let me know in the comments. I will get it to you. That are these like fried up red lentil and spiced and cheesy, kind of like crispy, delicious little kind of like fried patty circles. So those can be absolutely fantastic, because again, you're getting in that protein. There's loads of vegetables in there. There's cilantro or parsley, that helps to reduce the inflammation as a green, all of that kind of good stuff. And there is some natural salt in that as well. Number 4 would be tofu steaks, and greens is also a really awesome, fantastic favorite. So whether you've got like kale in the fridge that's about to go bad and you can steam it up, or broccoli or something going on that's green, would be fantastic. And I have an absolutely marvelous tofu steak recipe that I love that will often just have marinating in the fridge. So that we can grab it out anytime, and after my workouts I'm good. I got the protein dose. Awesome, fantastic. So that would be very good. Just whenever you're looking at soy products, always make sure that they are organic, so that you skip out on some of the high estrogen acting sprays that are often sprayed on GMO crops. So be aware, you don't want extra hormones in your body. The hormones in organic tofu are actually very light acting, so they can take the place, they can take the receptor place basically in the cells, which means that stronger estrogens can actually pass through your body. So things like xenoestrogens from different makeups, from different plastics, from BPA linings, from different sprays on foods, to stronger birth control acting pills. And the tofu ones are also lighter than your own human-made, naturally produced hormones as well. So it can take the place in the receptor so that the rest have to pass by. And so that is something that I really like, but I only ever buy it organic. So that's something to keep in mind. And then meal number 5, this one's like if I've gone for a workout and then we're either going somewhere or we're going to be out and about. This is something that I really like, so I wanted to throw it in case you're not home right after your workout, or in case maybe you go straight to work or something after your workout, or if it's on your lunch break or something like that. Then hummus and rice crackers and veggies are just like an absolutely fantastic for me. Love them. I can find these brown rice crackers that I really like that are tamari and seaweed flavored, which are just like a salty deliciousness after a workout. And whatever veggies that I can find that work well, like a red pepper where you can kind of rip it apart, throw it in the hummus and get it in. You just got veggies in, and the hummus, of course, will provide you with some of that great protein, also some more complex carbs to continue your energy fueling through the rest of the day. So I think those were all the notes that I have prepared for tonight. We covered so much. What I really hope that you took from this was that you can change so many little things, and don't get caught up immediately trying to change everything, but just know that you can change so many small things. Even if you implement one change at a time, you can get such massive results from even some of the most simple changes, and then you'll be so much more power-packed and inspired and motivated to be able to keep up with your new workout plan. This also all counts as workout motivation, because often, as I said before, people will lose motivation because they know they're going to feel really awful after their workouts instead of feeling kind of energized and much better. So you have to be at like a certain fueled level before you'll actually feel better after your workouts. Otherwise you can just like totally tank out. And if you've tanked out after a workout, you'll totally know what I mean. It's like a full exhaustion, like on the couch, like exhausted after with just no energy. So if that has happened, definitely send me a message, because we should chat, because that can be very pink flag for your stress glands, your adrenal glands. So I'm just going to recap for you. If you are here with me, make sure to ask any questions. Now is your last chance live, and it's so beautiful to connect with you guys live. So a couple of mistakes I see is not eating before working out, not eating after working out, or calorie restricting too heavily across the board of like many days while you're starting a new workout routine. So those are 3 things to watch for to prevent. A bonus thing that I want to throw in here is not necessarily a mistake, but maybe like it can be a mistake that I have seen before is people going from 0 to 60 with working out. So instead of aiming for working out once a week, which might feel very achievable and energetically quite good, I'll see people aiming to go from like 0 workouts to like 5 times a week. And if you actually instead can give yourself some grace and love to just kind of do 1 workout a week, go a few weeks, get your energy levels up with that, and then fuel yourself properly, and then add a 2nd workout, and then add a 3rd workout. If that is your goal, to work out a certain number of times in a week, that is such a nicer ease into it. And you will feel so much better if you can give yourself, again, that grace and that time to actually nurture yourself and fuel your body properly, so that it starts to build up the precedent, and so that your mind and your body start building up the precedent that working out is actually really good and really energizing and feels good after. So that would be an additional mistake that I see, is kind of going from 0 to like trying to do it every single day. That usually doesn't work for very, very long, because usually there's a reason that you haven't been working out, and it's that your energy levels are pretty low right now, and then trying to, with your willpower, instill so many times a week instead of fueling yourself up for the energy to actually keep going can be a big issue. We talked about the quote that I will fuel my body for my workouts and my life. Everybody's different. Your diet doesn't have to look like somebody else's, but you do need to feel good if you're going to start actually going for a body transformation, especially a big one, or anything like that. So keep that one in mind. You're fueling your body. Food is fuel. Food is fuel. I hope that gets into you. Before a workout, you want to focus on complex carbs. We talked about quinoa, we talked about brown rice, lentils, beans, all fantastic complex carb sources, oats, Ezekiel bread is one of my favorite, kind of like slow digest. If we're eating gluten, then that's a kind of slower digest bread. Those things would all fall in the complex carb category. During a workout, if your workouts are under an hour, just keep drinking water. Just get water in, hydrate your body, let your cells flood in beautiful hydrating water, watch your skin come back to life, watch your sweat be able to actually like come out of you because you are actually hydrated. Oh my gosh, so amazing. So get in your water. And then after your workouts, we talked about immediately after your workouts, getting in simple carbs, so either juice or fresh fruit juice or homemade cookies, things like that. Those would all be fantastic things. And then afterwards, you want to get in protein with some kind of nourishing and pH raising vegetables, which I tend to focus on greens for that. You want to load back in your minerals and electrolytes, which I use natural salt for. And then you also can use superfoods to really improve your energy levels and get like mass dose of nutrients in very, very easily to keep your energy levels up and you feeling good and your body repairing at an even faster rate than it would have been able to with just foods alone. So if you are looking for awesome energy levels this year, if this is your year to feel your best, then definitely go to glownc.ca, sign up for my absolutely free fantastic handout for boosting your energy levels with superfoods. They were all the superfoods that I wish that I knew about when I was way back at the beginning of my health journey and so exhausted and nobody had answers for me. And I slowly found my way through it and went to school for holistic nutrition and all of that jazz. Because I just so desperately wanted to feel motivated and energized and like I could wake up in the morning with passion and energy, and then I didn't need to kind of throw down like 85 coffees in my day just to kind of keep up with a low, even like a low output day. So I totally hear you, and I'm so grateful to be able to help anyone who's sitting in a similar position right now who just really wants to feel great and maybe isn't. So definitely either share that with people you love or go sign up yourself so that you can grab that. And I think that is all. If you ever want to get in touch for coaching packages, I can throw out a few options to you, whether we look at just doing diet work where you'll kind of track your diet diary and I'll provide a couple of goals of where you're doing really well and where you can improve for next week easily. That's one of the options that I offer. Obviously motivational appointments with me, and then also food tracking and a couple of different bonuses are included in some bigger packages that I offer, and supplement plans are also something that I will create when I see your symptoms and it's like red flag, red flag, red flag. Oh my goodness, you're gonna feel so much better if you can just take these few things, and here's how to take them in the safest way. I always back check to make sure there's no kind of medication interactions or herbal nutrient interactions that way, so that you are safe and feeling fantastic and so fueled up. So I love you guys so much. Definitely post a picture of your next workout below this. I would love to see that you got out there, that you made any kind of change. Would be fantastic. I think you guys are absolutely amazing. I think anybody who steps into and tries to go for outstanding health deserves just like a full, like massive ovation, because you are fantastic. It's such a courageous thing to do, and I just think you're absolutely amazing. So thank you so much for being with me here tonight. I am Natalie, the holistic nutritionist behind Glow Nutritional Consulting. Whatever it is in your heart that you absolutely want to do, you can. And you can when you have the energy to do it. So That is all for me. Mwah! I love you guys.